will return. It will sup on her life's fluid until it has drained her of every last drop. And if she dies, a victim of this unspeakable creature, she will become one herself. What? She will become one herself.
Such conviction, Mel Brooks.
What's going on, my brother? What's cracking?
How's it
Kyle,
going?
the filmmaker himself, the martial artist, the badass Kyle Wong in the house, hanging out in the movie dojo.
And gynecologist.
That's right, yeah. We're gonna get to that. What's going on? Movie Dojo Army and Chad hanging out with us today on the newest episode of Is It Really That Bad? If you missed yesterday's episode, make sure you check it out. It is a doozy. Alien vs. Predator 2004. I'm hanging out with the artist Dan Mumford. Check that out if you missed it. That's a lot of fun. That's a fun conversation. But today, speaking of fun conversations, okay, so you kind of brought this out of nowhere. What made you pick this movie?
All I could say was I just needed a really good laugh. And I just remember just like sitting there going through all the clips of just this film. And I just remembered like when I was little growing up, I never got like the joke that we just said where Van Helsing is introduced to Count Dracula and Dr. Seward just goes, "Oh, Count Dracula, this is Professor Dr. Van Helsing. He's a doctor in rare diseases, theology, and philosophy." And Van Helsing just goes, "And gynecology. Oh, I didn't know you had your hand in that too." And I just went, how did I not see this joke for the longest time? And yet, small little jokes just happen.
Yeah.
All this film, and the fact that I was like wondering, this is like the quintessential like good vampire parody compared to like the like and movies and all that other crap. But this one came out right after like Coppola's Dracula, and
right.
all I could say was this was a film that introduced me to vampires on screen at a young age.
Okay, really? All right.
And then getting into the harder stuff. Like,
then you got into the horror stuff. But yeah, when you were growing up, you saw this. This was like your first vamp flick. Well, that's hilarious. Well, I'm glad you suggested this one because believe it or not, chat, Samurai has never seen this. I've never seen this movie. So this is perfect that we can talk about it today. And we can talk about the good and talk about the bad. And not so much ugly in this one, because there's definitely some eye candy we're going to get to a little bit later. Now I see what you were talking about. We'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, I've never seen this. But what's so funny, though, is when you brought it up as a suggestion to do this for the series.
Yeah.
Since 1995, I've never seen the movie, but I still remember... She will become one herself. I still remember that from the TV trailer that used to come on a couple of times, and I remember laughing at that. But we're gonna get into it. But let me say what's up to the Movie Dojo Army's hanging out with us today.
Buddy.
Lady Danish, she thinks it's a fun movie. Red Eclipse in the house. Oh shit. Let's got Evelina in the house. Bob Odin's son. That's right. All right. Let's see who else we got here. Fluffy Pig Monster, Yo. All right. All these badasses slowly trickling in. All right.
Good to see all of you.
Awesome. There we go. So my wife and I hooked up for the first time 19 years ago watching this movie. Wow. It's an Oscar-worthy 100% Rotten Tomatoes all-time classic. Oh, man.
Dracula, I love you. Gives you the relationship that you need.
unknown hero. What's going on? He says, man, he ate the entire scenery. Yes, of course. Red's adding this movie to the list. All right, Evelina, didn't know you had your hand in that. Laughing emoji. There we go. Yeah, we got some fans here, so that's awesome. Andre Atkins in the house. All right, he needs to watch it again. He hasn't seen it in years. All right. So you know, that's the only thing I remember because I remember laughing my ass off. We got a Monster World showing up here. It says great movie. And 1995. But you know, we're gonna talk about there's some issues though. I mean, it's I'll say this. I did enjoy it, but I mean, it's not up. If you want to rank it, like if you want to rank it, it's not Blazing Saddles.
No, it's
It's
not
not Spaceballs.
No.
It's not Young Frankenstein. Like
it's not Silent Movie.
right. Like if you want to rank it, right? But we're looking at the movie on its own, right?
Yeah.
Does it deliver as a good, fun comedic spoof on its own? That's why that's what we're talking about it today. So,
Yeah.
Heather Love says, "Hey Kyle, digging the shirt."
Pickle Rick, thank you.
There you go. Don't kill me, Kyle. Don't kill me, Kyle. I have never watched Rick and Morty.
It's fine.
Sexy
Like,
Sumo bought me the box set of like the first 3 seasons, and it's just sitting over here. I know. Don't worry, Chad. I'll get on it. He was rubbing it in today. He was over here earlier. We were working out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can look like Kyle in the future. That's the goal. But he was like wearing a Rick and Morty shirt. He's like, eh. I was like, I'll get to it. God damn it, man. I'll get to it, man.
Don't worry.
I've heard nothing.
I'm not like the other fans that just like push it into your face, like watch it already. No, I just grew up and went like, you get to it. Just like how I finally got to Arrested Development.
Right. It's just too many damn shows. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We cannot hide from the sexy sumo. He is stalking us. This guy. But yeah, I'll get to it though. Definitely. But yeah, so there's really not that much. We really don't really have to go into detail the plot synopsis.
No.
It's the same old Bram Stoker Dracula story.
Exactly.
Right? You got Renfield going out there, played by our boy Vigo. It is Vigo. You know what? Let me bring up IMDb real quick so we can give shout outs to the actors here while you talk to chat there.
Yeah, like all I could say is it's even baffling for me that some friends actually said, yeah, we did not like Dracula Dead and Loving It. I was like, you know what? That's your opinion. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's comedies, man. It's very subjective. And
very subjective.
There's a lot of comedies where me and Lady Fablood are looking at each other like, this is supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
Right, but everybody else finds hilarious. So, you know, it's fine. It's to each his own here.
Exactly.
So, directed by Mel Brooks, of course, stars the amazing, always wonderful, good, and even if he's in garbage, he's good. Leslie Nielsen, son. Rest in peace there we go. We got Steven Weber, Amy Yazbak, who has now convinced me to start watching Wings so I can see more Amy Yazbak.
Problem child too.
She's like so. I was just like, Jesus Christ, man, she's beautiful in this movie. But Lynette Anthony as Lucy, and of course the comedic legend himself, Harvey Korman. Every time I see this guy, I'm like, this guy is amazing. He's so funny and everything, and I felt so sorry for him watching him in Star Wars: A Holiday Special. I felt so bad. I was like, this is sad. He's trying so hard, but this movie's garbage. But yeah, so we have, that's right, Peter, wasn't it Peter McNichol. That's right, from all of you that know from Ghostbusters 2, it is Vigo. And the very underrated, in my opinion, lost, forgotten classic Dragon Slayer from the 80s, which, I don't know, maybe we can talk about that in the future. I think that'll be a lot of fun as well. But yeah, 1995, this came out. That's right, PG-13. So let's get into it. Dracula Dead and Loving It. So here's the thing. To prepare for this episode so we can have fun and talk about movies, which is what we love doing here on the channel, I could not find a Blu-ray. Guess what? There is no Blu-ray of this movie. I was like, what? And then, you know, by the time I tried to hunt down the DVD and order it, you know, it'd be too late for the episode. Yeah. So, you know, I found it on Amazon Prime, and I went ahead and paid the bucks, got it in HD. So I'm like, yeah, at least I have it, but it's kind of fucked up. It's not on Blu-ray, right? Oh. It's like, God damn it. That's how much people hate this movie. They're like, fuck your Blu-ray release. We're not going to make any money. But yeah, let's get into it here. Hold on. We got a lot of comments showing up here. No Blu-ray blasphemy, said by Fluffy Pig Monster here. All right. Agreed. Spaceballs for life. And here's the amazing thing. Chat, Movie Dojo Army, and Kyle, None of this was planned. This was not planned to do this around Mel Brooks's birthday.
Yeah.
I got the notice. Hey, it's Mel. He's 95 years old. Happy birthday, Mel Brooks. I was like, oh my God. What are the chances of us talking about a Mel Brooks movie? Right? And then I had no idea it was his birthday this week. Over the weekend. That was really awesome. So it's like perfect timing, right?
There we go.
Hold on 1 second. Sean says, "Hey Samurai, me and my dad love this movie. Seriously, couldn't stop laughing. Leslie Nielsen was hilarious."
Everyone's coming out the woodworks of how this movie is great.
So it looks like there's fans, Kyle.
Yeah,
there's fans.
It's insane.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into it here. So again, the story is nothing new. It's just Bram Stoker's Dracula all over again. So you got Renfield coming into town, going to Dracula's pad, sign the deed so he can get some real estate. Then he travels back. He uses Renfield, makes him his slave. They travel back to the into town, and he meets the lovely Lucy, and then and Mina and all those other ones, and Dracula does his thing, and then some things happen around town, a little shady. We're gonna have to investigate, bring in some motherfucker Van Helsing up in here, son, and then we have our movie, we have our conflict, and then that's basically the story. So here's some of my nitpicks. Mm-hmm. So some of my nitpicks with the movie is. So I'll get it out the bat right now. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yes.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I can watch it again right now.
Yeah.
I had fun with it, right? But I kind of wish he went full spoof on Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How brilliant would it have been, right?
Yeah.
To have fake Keanu Reeves in the movie.
Oh God! To act
How funny that would have been to have some guy who does a really good Keanu Reeves impression,
and
does a horrible British accent throughout the whole movie. He's
like
so clueless, right?
Yeah.
Like it was kind of a combination of let's spoof a little bit of Bram Stoker's Dracula, right? Mm-hmm. With the shadow, right?
Yes,
the
shadow and the hairpiece, the hairpiece hat,
right? Here we go. It's hilarious. This is great stuff right here, man. He just takes it off. Oh, by the way, have you ever seen Leslie Nielsen's interviews? Just random interviews on shows and stuff.
He just leans into his character.
Hilarious. He's just cracking jokes the whole time.
Yeah.
And he has like this fart sound effect hidden.
Yeah.
And he just will hit the fart sound effect and just be blank. Just stare at the guy interviewing him, and then the person interviewing him was like, they don't know what to do. Yeah. Like where the farts come from.
That's a true professional comedic genius.
That
we definitely needed around.
Yes. Just look at this shot right here. Like if you're not already laughing at Liam Neeson. I said Liam Neeson.
That's what we need as the next Dracula.
That's it. That's it. Dracula, dead and loving it. He has a certain set of skills.
To suck your blood.
Sorry. Oh God, Leslie Nielsen. I'm gonna do it again later. Watch. But yeah, look at him as Drac. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's because he's just the man here.
Yes.
He's just the man. But yeah, especially when he Renfield. I like the gag when he cuts himself and he's just spraying blood everywhere.
I think I nicked an artery. I'm like, you nicked more than an artery. And
like Lone Wolf and Cub blood spray, just shooting all over the place, and then all of a sudden you got a homeboy right here just
ready to suck on that finger.
Maybe I should have put this as the background GIF image for the whole episode. I think I should have did that. But I just kept that going nonstop. But yeah, Leslie's great, and so I kind of wish they did a little bit more of spoofing Anthony Hopkins, spoofing making fun of Gary Oldman's Dracula. Like I wanted them to go full spoof, but it's okay. Yes. So what he did was he took a few moments from Bram, the Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman movie, and he went mainly original Bela Lugosi Dracula kind of.
Yes.
He just kind of combined both. But I wanted him to because Robin Hood Men in Tights, they threw shade
Yeah.
at Kevin Costner's Robin Hood.
Yes, like Carrie Elwes was just like, there's one difference between me and the other Robin Hoods. I actually have a British accent. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
So I wanted them, even though I love the Bram Stoker's Dracula movie, I still wanted them to throw shade to it. Just rip it to shreds. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. So what were we talking about a while back? And you mentioned, you're like, no. The real Brides of Dracula is from Dracula Dead in London. What were we talking about?
I can't remember the exact thing. No, wait. It was a 9-gag joke. It was a 9-gag joke where they showed like the Van Helsing from Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing Brides of Dracula. And someone in the comments just posted those two from Dracula Dead and Loving, and I'm like, I agree.
Okay. That's what happened.
These two ladies come into Renfield's bedroom, just gliding in. They're immediately grinding on furniture, and the first response, Renfield goes, it's like, my God, what are you doing to the furniture? And I'm like,
it's
you know what?
funny.
Yes.
So I'm going to say that I agree with your assessment on the these being the greatest brides in Dracula film history. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. I don't have any issues with this being the best brides of Dracula in the history of film. In the history of film. The history of film. Definitely. No quips.
No.
Kyle.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
What
were we talking? I don't remember what we were talking about.
What happened?
We were talking about.
Like, was Monica Bellucci one in the?
We were talking about something.
And Coppola's.
I forgot for some reason.
Yeah. Right. Like.
But yeah, what are you doing
to the furniture?
What are you doing to the furniture? My favorite though was when they got in the bed and they're grinding on him and kissing him, and he's like, "This is so wrong. Wrong me. He just got into it,
and just Dracula passing by, just like, "Yep."
What the fuck? Yeah, and then they got up and started hovering away, and then Dracula turned around. He's like, "Will you stop that?" And then they just start walking out. So there's some really good gags in here. Like there's really good stuff in here, man.
Yeah.
I can watch those brides all day. Yeah,
I know, right? Just from that moment.
What were you talking about? I forgot.
I don't know.
Was it Jason Statham's Wrath of Man? Is that I forgot we were talking about something. Oh no.
No, I think it was Alien versus Predator at one point.
So, anyway, but yeah, there's definitely some fun moments. I think Renfield was great.
Oh yeah, Peter McNichol being Renfield was just like perfect on like the borderline insanity and just how he just gets very crazy on his own.
Oh yeah, but it was kind of like Master. But like, I love how when they threw him in, we're gonna just call him Arkham. Yes. They threw him in Arkham Asylum, you know.
Yes.
And then the guy, you think he's an inmate. He's like peeking underneath the door, and he's all like, "I can't take it anymore, man. All the voices." They're coming for me, man. I can't stay here anymore. And the camera shows me on the outside. It's just one of the guards. The guards like lost it.
So I was like, wow, this guard's just gone nuts.
And then you gotta love Corum. Oh, go ahead.
I just realized he did not have like much of a British accent at all, and that specific that specific guard did not have an accent, a British accent at all.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, I was
maybe that was on purpose. Huh?
Yeah, maybe just like here's one American guard just doing that.
But if we back up a little bit, Renfield on his way to the Alucard's domain.
Yes.
And the people in the village are like,
Dracula, like, Dracula,
don't go up there. But Mel Brooks' wife came out, played the character. Right, she came out there, and I was laughing because she's trying to sell him the cross. Well, she's trying to give him the cross. He's like, I don't need it. You will need this. No, I'm good. Please, you must take this for your protection. No, I'm good. Motherfucker, you better take the damn cross.
Just slaps him. Damn it, take the cross.
And then he takes the cross, and she's like, that'll be $15.99 or something like that. She charges him.
and then just walks away. Thank you. And then they're all just like standing like. And she keeps doing it as she closes the door. I'm like, that was beautiful.
Yeah, but I was laughing. I was like, she's gonna sell him the cross. Watch, she's gonna ask for money. I was cracking up. But Corman, oh God! So you just mentioned a guard who didn't have any British accent.
Yes.
Corman's bootleg over the top British accent is hilarious.
I know.
It's so ridiculous.
I just couldn't believe he went full on.
It's so ridiculous. Like the part where because everything, yes, everything like later when we can jump around. It's fine.
Oh yeah, totally.
When Amy Asbeck becomes insanely hot later after getting bit by Dracula, so she has needs, right? And then she goes over there and she tries to get what's his name, Harker, yeah. Harker. She like tries to touch his dick and he starts screaming. He's like, ah, what are you doing? And then she grabs his hands to touch her ass. He's trying to be good. And then Carmen walks in and he's like, how dare you, sir? Like super overly British. Like I can't even do it. I can't do it justice. But he's all like, how dare you? You've been with my daughter for, what was it? You've been engaged to my daughter for 5 years now. How dare you try to touch her?
Yeah. Touch her. How should I say?
He tries to talk to him, and then Corman just mumbled gibberish. It was ridiculous. His over-the-top British was ridiculous. Plus, I know you were laughing every time this happened.
God, the fact I found this out, someone actually mentioned about the enema thing, that probably there was an actual doctor that his solution was nothing but enemas. And I'm like wow. And for Seward to just say to his orderly Martin, just like, oh, give him an enema. And Martin just goes, an enema? Yes. And then
for like no reason.
Yeah, and just, especially when he tells, like, what's it called? Oh, but give him an enema and put him in a straitjacket. Wait! Give him an enema and then put him in a straitjacket after. And then to Lucy, like, oh, Lucy's losing so much fun. Would an enema help? I'm like, that's what you do.
But every time Renfield was just out of line or doing some shit, give him another enema. Not another enema.
Yes, and another until you come to your senses.
Look at this motherfucking badass right here, son.
Yes.
What y'all know? Fuck Gary Oldman, son.
I know, right?
And Bela Lugosi. I almost said Gary Busey. That's it. That's it. I want Gary Busey as Dracula now movie. I'm gonna suck your blood.
Hey, Lucy, can you check this out?
we're bonkers today because this movie's bonkers and it made us bonkers. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, we're having fun, but yeah, little fun moments here and there, man. Definitely.
Yes.
Like, because with Mel Brooks, he likes his musicals, he likes his dance sequences, right? So I like the little dance sequence when him and
yes.
Hey, they're getting ready to get down, yes. And of course he's dancing, and of course Van Helsing's like, we're gonna put a mirror here, we're gonna catch him in the act, and he starts dancing. They take the sheet off the mirror, and all you see is this.
Yep. And everyone's just shocked and not knowing what happens. So it's just like, what do we do? And then right after the dance is done, Dracula's like, so you think you can trick me, Van Helsing? Yeah.
Okay. I absolutely loved. I know we're bouncing around here, but I got to talk about it now. I absolutely loved one of my favorite parts of the movie was when Van Helsing and Dracula meet for the first time. And they have, you speak my language. Oh, very nice, right? And then they basically talk shit to each other.
Yes.
In the language for the rest of the movie.
Trying to get the last word.
Yeah, trying to get the last word in. I will not stoop to your level, Van Helsing.
I believe it. Why would we do such a thing?
Like the whole movie, I wanted it to keep going, but it kept kind of going, especially at the end. But I love that stuff. That was really funny.
Like,
One of my favorite scenes is we go back to Renfield here. He's supposed to be all like, "Oh, I'm good now. Let me free. Let me out of the asylum." And he just keeps Corman's having lunch, and he's all like, "Oh, let me talk about your rehabilitation." And all these different bugs keep showing up, and he just can't help himself, man. It was pretty funny.
just drops a fork and then goes after the grasshopper. Then there's a leg. I was like, man, this is beautiful. It's fighting for its life. It's trying to get out. If you keep on ranting, I'm going to leave. Just turns it around on him, just like, no.
Give him another enema. Oh, but I like Van Helsing's introduction scene too.
Oh God,
this was hilarious when he's just teaching other people and ripping body parts out and giving it to them. And the goal is to make all the rookies pass out. Now it's a good morning. Yeah, that was hilarious.
And then
handing people intestines and shit.
And his assistant just comes in saying, "Yeah, you have a message from Dr. Stewart. It's an emergency." An emergency? Yes, an emergency. She just like made fun of him. I was just like, beautiful.
So let's talk about the king of the most ridiculous accent in the movie. Is Mel?
Yes.
Is it a mixture of French, British? I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
But I guess the worse it got, the more funnier it was. Really.
Yes. All I could say is, if they ever cast another Van Helsing, I would want Mel Brooks as my Van Helsing again. Just the way he is so expert at it. Like, 3 tiny puncture marks on her throat. 3. 2 tiny puncture marks on her throat.
The worse his accent got, the better it was. Like, the funnier it was. Because we were just, me and Lady Fablo were just cracking up. It was just horrible. The worst. I mean, I thought my fake British was bad. I think Mel put me to shame there. But yeah, I mean, but here, let's talk a little bit about, this is some more of my nitpicks here. Mm-hmm. So, having fun, enjoying it. I think for me, I mean, there are some cringe moments.
Yes.
And, a lot of Mel Brooks movies, there's stuff that you're like dying, like you're like you're holding your gut, right? And then there's some jokes that fall flat, right?
Yeah.
And there's a few of that in here. Some of the jokes do fall flat, and some of them, it's not. Some of them, there's a little bit of cringe. Some of them fall flat, but some of the other ones, it's mostly like, just cut it sooner.
Yes.
And to be a better joke kind of scene, right?
Definitely.
So like the scene where he's having a daymare.
Yes.
And Dracula thinks he's cured.
Yeah.
And he goes out and he's like talking to people that are having a picnic, and he's like, "Oh, Renfield." And he's like, "Yeah, what are you doing on the daylight?" He's like, "I'm cured," right? It should have been cut to like him just like, "I'm cured," and then the next shot is him running in the daylight on fire, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
It was just kind of some jokes were funny, they just went on too long, right?
No, I agree with that.
Like you could have snipped some of the jokes to make it a little bit funnier. Like, this is one of my favorite gags in the movie. If I have a clip, I thought I had one here. This is one of my favorite gags in the movie, right here. So Lucy gets changed, and then they have to go in there and finish the job, right? So this is one of my favorite parts in the movie.
There's so much blood. She just ate. Oh, no.
It's just like, and then he goes, after all that, he goes, "She's still alive. Do it again."
It's like, she's dead enough.
And he's like hesitant. And then he goes back and does it again. And it's just as much, or more so, actually, while Mel Brooks is like hiding in the back. I love this gag. But then it kind of kept going.
Yes.
So it's kind of like one of those things where it didn't ruin the gag, but they could have snipped it like a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So there's jokes like that they could have snipped a little bit earlier to make it a little bit more funny. Like, especially the one where he's trying to get Mina
to get out of the room, and he ends up like ordering both the maid and Mina at the same time, which
accidentally.
Yeah.
Like, this one's kind of fell a little flat, like a little dead air.
Yes.
It could have been wrapped up a little bit quicker.
Definitely.
But the funny thing, though, I liked what happened after that was funny.
Yeah.
When he accidentally comes out of the house with the wrong girl.
Yeah.
Right, but he does this. Do you remember his
He's
spiel?
like, "You will be my bride for eternal life," and then, "Not you!" runs back in, and then grabs me, and he repeats it much more quicker as he walks out.
Yeah, as he runs out, he's like, "You'll be my wife," because he's running.
Yeah,
That was funny. That was
Yes.
funny. I enjoyed that. And of course, you know, oh Lord have mercy. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness, this whole movie is just too much eye candy, man. But you gotta love this. This again, you know, some jokes fall flat in comedies, right? Some jokes work, but when they work, man, come on, come on,
The shadow play had
come
to
on,
in,
man.
that's-
This is hilarious. They're doing their dance thing,
Yeah.
and the shadows are just getting spicy in the background. There, didn't he yell at the shadows? He was like, "Stop it!"
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh," and then they continue dancing normally. I was like, the fact that they
Yeah.
actually went ahead and made fun of the shadow jokes in the '92 Coppola
Yeah.
film, I was like, beautiful, beautiful. That's really well done. You guys did art there.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And if you know for 1995 and for the budget the movie had, you know, some of the visuals were solid. You know,
Yeah.
they were actually pretty solid, and especially this one was goofy but fun. You know,
Yes.
like,
Just put
come
him in
on, if this shot right here. Come on,
Yes.
come on.
I-
If you're not laughing already, this is ridiculousness of it.
Like the fact that they actually went ahead with just, "Look, we're not changing him into a full bat. He is just gonna keep his face." I think it was like, I can't remember which exact Dracula they were paying homage to with that, but they just said, "Yeah, screw it. We're just gonna do it this way because it's a comedy." And I was,
Yeah, it's
And
fun. It was a nice little fun
it's
visual
really
gag.
fun, definitely.
Yeah. I know what your favorite part of the movie is, despite the wonderful cinematography that we have. Cinematography is on point. I know what one of your favorite ones was. Well, before, because like I said, we're jumping around here because we're having fun. Before this happened, right? We have Lucy seducing Harker. I will let you talk about that scene. This is
Okay.
hilarious. Go ahead.
So this is when Lucy or Harker and Van Helsing are trying to see if Lucy will come back, and Harker is just outside her tomb waiting, and then Lucy finally arrives, and Harker just can't believe it. Just like, how are you? You're dead. And she's like, "I'm undead." Well, I'm not unengaged to Mina, sorry. And then she's like, "Let me teach you the unbridled sexual frenzy." Pins him against the tree, and he goes, "But Lucy, I'm British." And she just falls on shoulder cleavage, just like, "So are these." And he just goes, like every dude would do, like, "Lucy!" I was like, "Yep."
Yeah, that's how he reacted. He was like,
Yep.
that was it. But I was like, I mean, it was always already funny that he says, "But I'm British," right?
Yeah.
That was already funny enough. And then, yeah, she just puts them together. She's like, "So are these." So like, oh my God, dude. It was hilarious. Like, really funny stuff here. And some extra good cinematography we got going there.
Yep.
Which is very nice, very nice. And, you know, even the climax at the end was a little rushed, but it was still fun. You know, you got to
Yes.
get some goofy throwdown here. Boop. You know, you get some goofiness here. You know,
Like, who
I
would
was
not
enjoying. I could have had. I would have been perfectly fine with Dracula. I almost said Liam Neeson again. Leslie Nielsen. Watch, Hollywood's watching right now. They have scouts. They're watching right now.
It's
Watch,
like,
there's going to be a
"Let's do
Liam Neeson Dracula movie. It's going to come out now, and it's going to be my fault. Sorry.
Just better get credit for it.
I know. Shit. Give me some credit. But I could have used, Leslie here kicking their ass as Dracula a little bit
Yes.
longer because this is funny. Him just fucking them up. Of course, you know they have to get the upper hand, and
Yes.
you know what's funny is, that you'd think Van Helsing or Harker got the final kill,
Yes.
but of all the people that you'd think would finish off Dracula,
Renfield kills his own master by opening the freaking roof for him, and I'm just like, beautiful. And all Dracula says is, Renfield, you asshole! And then,
That's it.
I'm like, beautiful.
And then it ends with they put the ashes back in the coffin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then because he gets burned to a crisp, and then they're walking out, and then it ends with Brooks lifting up the lid really quick.
Fushta.
Yeah. Says talk shit one more time, and then shuts it. That was great.
Yes.
I like how the Corman, he's all like, "You're a free man now, Renfield. You don't have anyone telling you what to do." He's like fixing his hair. He's like, "Oh, you can tell that one."
Yeah. Well, I was gonna go off of you. Like basically, he's like, all fixing his hair, and then next thing you know, come Renfield, yes, master, just right away.
Yes, master. Yeah, it's fun, man. I mean, overall, I don't know. It's like, Lady Fatblood found it to be adorable. That was her words. Well, it was adorable. She liked it, But it's one of those, it's harmless, man. Because I don't know. It's just, I'm glad we're doing it on this series because there's some pain parody films, man. Like, people that saying that this movie's bad, watch Epic Movie. Watch the movies. That's when parody didn't become parody anymore. Parody became reference.
Yeah, exactly.
For no reason.
Exactly.
Let's have Carmen Electra in the black Spider-Man suit and have Donald Trump show up and cut the spider web and she falls and says, "You're fired."
Yeah.
Where was the joke? Exactly, there was no joke. It's just reference because Donald Trump's show was popular at the time and Spider-Man 3 came out. There was no joke, though. No. And a lot of those movies, they're just reference. Throw it in. Have someone randomly turn into the Hulk for no reason.
Like, no scenes flow together. And this was, like, the last kind of quintessential one. I don't want to think, like, Leslie Nielsen's last film, Wrongfully Accused, was much. I know it was spoofing, like, The Fugitive, but it also had, like, Mission Impossible in there and a lot of other things in there, but this one was like almost like the quintessential last like proper parody film that
with him in it. Because I know he did a lot afterwards, and we saw a scene. Like I said, the movies could be garbage that he's in, Leslie Nielsen's in, but he's great.
Yes,
right.
Agreed.
But we saw. But is that enough for you to watch those other later movies? That's debatable. That's up to you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But we watched a scene from, I think it's Space Travesty. I think it's a Space Travesty. Help me out, guys. But it was like a sci-fi spoof, and Leslie Nielsen was in that, and we just kind of watched a few minutes, and that's all we needed to see was a few minutes because he came across a guy dressed like Darth Maul that spoke like Sammy Davis Jr. And there's no joke.
Jeez.
There was no joke.
Yeah. Wow. That's already.
It was like, where was the joke? Why was Darth Maul like on paper? I'm sure that was probably funny for the writers. Like, look, and he talks like Darth Maul. He looks like Darth Maul, but he talks like Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes.
But it's kind of like when you watch the movie, you're like, well, where was the joke? Parody became reference, and that's why Black Dynamite with Michael Jai White is probably the last great spoof film that nobody knows about, and nobody fucking watched. There was even an animated series of Black Dynamite that was really funny too. Nobody gave a shit, and it's sad. It's really sad.
All I could say is, I threw that shit before I walked into the room. I'm like, that was beautiful. Do that shit again. Do that shit again. Like any of that film, and the fact that he's making something along the same lines of that, it should be just as perfect as that. Like that, and this film was just had the right comedy and knew how to work that comedy compared to like, let's just make all these references to all these movies and make it funny. And it's like, oh, you're just forcing it.
It's like once in a while in those parody movies, like Date Movie and Superhero Movie and all that, there might be a few chuckles here and there. But when you watch Meet the Spartans, bro, I wanted to kill myself.
I agree.
Like, Jesus Christ, dude. There was maybe like 2 parts of that movie where I kind of went, huh, that was it. Yeah. You know, I was just like, huh, that was like kind of chuckled a little bit. But yeah, spread the word, chat, about Black Dynamite if you're fans. It's sad. I would have to agree with Rick Myers. when you think Michael Jai White, the first thing I think about is martial arts movies. So when he asked, what's Michael Jai White's best movie? And I said, I was thinking, okay, maybe Undisputed 2 or Blood and Bone. He said it's Black Dynamite. I have to agree with him, actually.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, spread the word, you know.
And I actually
Meet the Spartans is not on the same page. Yeah.
And I have my Black Dynamite signed by Michael Jai White when he was here.
Holy shit, I'm jealous. That's
the actual
awesome.
Black Dynamite.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. But yeah, in terms of, I don't know, man. Like I said, if you want to rank this movie and do a Mel Brooks films ranked, obviously, it's hard to top Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, and Spaceballs. It's almost impossible, really.
Yes.
To be as good as those. Mm-hmm. I mean, those are classics, you know.
Yes.
And if those three movies don't make you laugh in some way, you're not human.
You have no soul.
you're an alien.
No soul.
You're an alien from another planet. And but you know, again, despite some of the jokes that could have been trimmed earlier, despite some cringe and some jokes here and there that kind of fall flat, overall, there was definitely way more funnier moments than less funny. There were way more positive moments than negatives for this film, you know? So, I mean, come on. Who's gonna come on.
It's very subtle in the humor. It's very subtle.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't just blatantly like, okay, we're gonna wait for, like how most people just wait for the joke to just pass and laugh. You really have to pay attention to the joke, and you just realize that just happened. Like, example, the gynecology joke. I was just like, wow. When I was young, I did not get that, but this one, just...
Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally clicked on that. That was an accident. I'm sorry about that. My finger accidentally hit the button. All right, I'll just stop playing that one. But yeah, man, it's harmless. It's fun, and there's something about it. It's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's because parody is dead.
Yeah,
and it's one of those, when you watch this, there's a certain charm about it. It's that Mel Brooks charm.
Definitely.
It's like, he was up in age when he did this. It's like, it's not as good. People, I mean, I wouldn't even say this is as good as Men in Tights.
Yes.
But it's still fun though. Yes. It's still like I mean when I say I literally can watch it again right now.
Yes.
And have fun with it, or have it on in the background, or, you know. Like I said, since 1995, I never forgot. She will become one herself. You know, never forgot it, and I didn't even see the movie. You know, so So is it really as bad?
I honestly
is it really as bad as 11% out of 100?
Like,
I'm starting to think that people on Rotten Tomatoes have lost their sense of humor.
I believe that. I honestly believe that. I believe that.
11% out of 100?
Especially,
really?
Like, well, what's it called? Especially giving Paradox a bad score. What's wrong with you people?
We should. I'm curious. Should I look up Meet the Spartans and see if that actually happened? I'm doing it right now.
God.
Just for fun. Just for fun.
I do not want to know. Like, I don't know if anyone's prepared for this. If this is higher than Dracula Dead and Loving It, I will literally just like, you know what? There's no hope. Like,
Here we go. Okay, we're safe.
Oh, God. Just like Chess was about to like,
We agree with this one. If this was a Meet the Spartans episode, we agree with Rotten Tomatoes on this one. They got 2%. But God. still 11% out of 100.
Yes.
Come on.
That's just...
Come on.
That's just hard.
It's ridiculous. That's insane.
Especially for... This is like Mel Brooks' last theatrical directorial film. And I'm like, how?
I know.
Can no one like this film?
Well, movies are subjective, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just people are going to like what they want to like. But it's puzzling. This is what this whole series is for. Now, sometimes we going to agree with the score.
Yes.
Like when I did it with Brick Wall Pictures, I was on his channel. We did Ballistic X versus Sever.
Oh God, that movie!
Fuck that movie.
God.
Oh, I don't disagree with the score on that one at all. Seriously,
that was a huge
fuck
mess.
That shit. So sometimes we will agree.
Yes.
The majority, it seems like, as long as we've been doing this series, it seems like we're more disagreeing with their score.
Yes.
Most, because it's kind of ridiculous. 11% out of 100. 100? So we're going to go ahead and give it a grade pass. It is not as bad as 11%. It gets the Chuck Norris thumbs up. Chuck Norris likes Mel Brooks movies. So it's going to get the pass here on the today's show. And for fun, this is going to make you smile, my friend. This is going to make you smile. We did an internet poll like we always do. Look at what the internet said.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are beautiful.
I honestly thought it was going to be the other way around.
I was like,
the internet's going to agree. They're going to agree this is garbage. Like, they're not going to like it. And I also didn't know. Yeah, so I'm surprised they liked it. Yeah. I also didn't know there's a fan base as well. Look at this.
What?
Somebody made a Mr. Potato Head of Leslie.
Oh my god! That is beautiful.
There you go. Come on now. There's fans out there. Look at that. Come on. Look at that. You can't get any better than that now.
That is awesome.
It's awesome, and then it's kind of creepy now. Did I just give everybody nightmare fuel now?
Hey.
He's looking into your soul.
And he will make you one himself.
But yeah, I was dying. I was like, wow, somebody did a Mr. Potato Head of Leslie Nielsen. So I don't know. Here we go. Disaster movie. Good God. Appropriately titled. Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, it's just one of those. It's fine. Yes. It's funny. It's like a warm hug.
It is.
A nice, warm hug, you know.
Yes.
What were they doing to that furniture? I don't know. But yeah.
They were doing something to the furniture? What?
But yeah, it's not perfect, man. And some jokes fall flat. But overall, it's a fun time.
It is.
It doesn't make you want to kill yourself.
No.
Like Meet the Spartans, I was like, just end this. End this. You know, what the fuck are we doing right now? You know. But, again, comedy is subjective. But I was surprised with the internet poll, man. So this was a good choice. I'm very happy you chose this now. Because I probably never would have got around to watching it. You know, because I'm so busy with 5 billion things I need to catch up and watch with. I wouldn't have watched it.
All good. It's good that we actually brought this film to actually talk about it. And the fact that everyone's coming out and just enjoying the jokes and everything else, because not everyone talks about this film as much. We'll quote, I'll still quote Spaceballs this Thursday.
Yeah.
What was that whole thing about? Merchandising.
Yeah.
Merchandising.
Right.
Everyone will quote Blazing Saddles. Everyone will quote It's Good to Be the King from History of World Part 1. Yep. But this one, there's so much to quote from, and you just realize, oh my god, this movie just has so much. Even though, yes, there's 2 or 3 things that could be cut out, but it's a solid parody film that really does it right.
And you could kind of tell they had fun making it, man. You could kind of tell they were goofing. It's one of those movies I wish I was on set. Just watching them, watching Mel in action,
Trying not to laugh.
So share this video, guys.
Yes.
Like the video, share it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. We really appreciate the support. And a lot of future content coming this week as well. Don't forget about Versus episode. Mm-hmm. That's right. This.
Can't believe this was a joke.
Woo!
That actually is going to be real.
Not since Max Payne versus Hitman, where the viewers had to suffer and watch these movies to talk about it since that episode. So don't forget, which movie is the worst in the Star Wars trilogy, Disney trilogy? The Last Jedi or Rise of the Skywalker? You guys can vote right now. It's on the YouTube community page. Make sure you head over there and vote. And remember, it's gonna be. You can't miss this episode, guys, because of the panel of people we have. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. It's gonna be hilarious, and it's gonna be fire. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say my piece, and I'm gonna just sit back and watch the fireworks.
I'm just gonna sit. Go at it.
This is what I think about the movie. Okay, go.
Grab the popcorn and just get at it.
That's all. It's gonna be great. And don't forget, we also are gonna have a special guest on Friday. I'll try to schedule that for you guys tomorrow so you can see who it is. It's a big deal for the channel. If you're a fan of action martial arts films, you'll recognize them. So that's Friday. There's your hint. So that is this Friday, and share this video. Spread the love for the extremely underrated Dracula Dead and Love in It. Share it. It's a fun movie. It's harmless, and it's a last of its kind. It's the last
Liam
of its
Neeson
kind.
as Dracula, everybody. Hashtag Liam Neeson as Dracula. retweet it to Samurai.
And if you didn't like the movie, he's gonna come get you. He's gonna get you tonight. That's right.
Actually, I think I know what would entice everyone. Pull the clip again. Share this video because you'll get these women probably in your dreams. That is so real, so vivid.
Well, thanks again for watching, guys. We ended a little bit earlier today. It's perfectly fine. We usually go for an hour and over an hour, but it's all good. Short and sweet today. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm not sure. We'll see what's going on for tomorrow. I might do a live Q&A, hang out with all you badasses and talk movies, which is always fun. We shall see. But until then, keep watching movies, keep having fun, and keep making Mr. Potato Heads. She will become one herself. Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.